Hi there, good afternoon, and hello to all of the cover members. I am Tracy Dunblazer. I'm the cover membership chair, and we are the Coalition of Visionary Resources, the um, trade organization for the mind, body, spirit industry. And we have a very special guest today. We have Deborah Koff-Chapin. Did I say that right?
You got it. You did it.
I'm so glad to have you here. Deborah is the founder for the Center for Touch Drawing, and she creates evocative images are created through the simple yet profound process of touch drawing, which she has been developing and teaching since discovering it in 1974. Deborah is the creator of the Soul Cards 1 and 2, Soul Touch coloring journals, and author of Drawing Out Your Soul. And right now she's got an amazing new product that's in pre-sale right now. So you can take a look at it and order your copy for when it releases. And it is called Portals of Presence. And I'm going to show you that right quick. It's got a really fantastic cover.
Oh, there's a story behind that cover.
Oh, wonderful. Tell us the story of
well, Portals of Presence. I'm drawing upon work for people who know the soul cards. They've been around since 1995.
Yes.
I really introduced them at the what we call the New Age trade show back then.
Yes.
And so this organization has been a core central part of bringing my work to the world.
Yes.
So I put out 2 decks, and we're at the 25th and 20th anniversary of them.
That is amazing.
Now, and that's the Soul Cards 1 and 2. But we're going to go into the story of the new. But if you want to see them, that's the inner box for both the decks.
I love it. And people can reach out and they can get those in any bookstore or on Amazon.
Absolutely available everywhere. Available through all wholesale suppliers, all of that. Yes.
Yes.
So these came out in 1995 and 2000.
Mm-hmm.
I have continued working at all that time and not put out a new deck. So the Portals of Presence has been germinating in my being all those years. And the work that is selected of these faces is chosen out of approximately 20 years of work.
Wow.
It's all faces. And anyone who wants to find out more about how they were done through the process of touch drawing with my fingertips can go to the website, and there's videos and all kinds of help to understand the process there.
Right. What is your website?
It's touchdrawing.com, the word touch and drawing. So you draw through touch. That'd be my really simple explanation here. So all of these faces, like you're seeing there, are created through the movement of my fingertips on paper over paint. So when I'm drawing the eyes, I'm pressing the eyes in. I'm rubbing the darker areas. If you look at that face, those lips are being done with, rubbing my fingertips. It's being like almost sculpted onto the page. There we go. So I had hundreds and thousands of faces to choose from in creating this deck. I've been sorting and sorting it. I almost did a deck in the early 2000s of faces. It wasn't the right time. In those years, first of all, I've traveled all over the world. I've done touch drawing in among the standing stones in Scotland and England. I've done it in Roslyn Chapel and Chartres Cathedral and in Guatemalan temples and places not so, glamorous, but this has been a central meditation, the drawing of faces. But the cover, I had thousands to choose from, and we've been honing down to get 72 faces for the deck, and I could not find the cover. I could not find the cover. Nothing felt like it was just saying, I am the presence that wants to face the world.
Right.
I was completely stuck over the winter. It slowed down production of the deck. I said, the cover's not right. The cover's not right. And I realized I need to get back to drawing again. I didn't want to do them like illustrations, so I didn't want to do them that way.
Right.
What happened was, and I'll just hold some of the others up while I'm talking. there. Can you see it? These are chosen, like this was done when these indigenous shaman women were visiting my island long time ago.
I love that.
Each face has a story, really. Each face created, and so that's why it's a harvest from so many different energetic settings. And I really wanted to pick this range, but this was done in the Guatemalan temple.
Wow.
So, but none of them were the cover.
Yeah.
So I started drawing again, and it just happened to coincide with COVID and the internal and letting go of all my travel, and then that happened to coincide with George Floyd's killing, and I'm trying to focus on the cover, and all I can feel is George Floyd's face and these black faces and the whole energetic that was moving through the country, of a growing awareness of what we've been blind to, really. And I just said, well, I have to do what's real. So I was just drawing and drawing and drawing. And I got through about I was doing it every few days. And then I got more intense every single day until the face on the cover. I didn't know the cover image yet, but I feel like I had arrived at some deep human resolution. And the face had all possibilities of race in it. It wasn't just a singular racial structure, and a way of being in a presence that was looking out in the world that held some positive possibility. Right. But it grew out of entering and going through the pain of the Black Lives Matter emergence, in a bigger way in our consciousness. So that's the story of the cover.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's a beautiful cover. I really like that there's a deep sorrow achieved, cultivating the wisdom that you also see. And there's a sense of peace.
Yes.
A sense of peace and acceptance, and that leads to hope that belies all things when you get over the pain.
Through all this.
Yeah, exactly.
So the face that would look out to the world on the cover of this deck was so important. I couldn't compromise. And really, the deck is coming out probably a few months later than it would have because of that. Because I just stopped and couldn't get it right and kept trying different things, and then had to go into weeks of working. But that's where there's been a polishing. I'm so committed to this deck as a deep offering to the world. It's not just another illustration of ideas. It's a lifetime harvest of one aspect of my work as an artist, and a way to offer it so it enlivens. And I'm continuing now to now that it's with the printer. I'm waiting for the proofs, so it's really happening now, all done. And now I'm spending time choosing one card at a time and really meditating on it myself, and inviting the presence that it can hold to enliven more fully, so that they really can be portals. So there's a spiritual work behind and supporting its emergence. So
absolutely. And I think that this is what maybe in the industry we might call a wisdom deck. Is that what you would call it, maybe?
I like that, because it's not an oracle in the usual sense. And I hadn't heard that term before. But in my guidebook, I said, this is not really an oracle. So it gave me the term. I didn't have it. I'll use that.
It's meant to evoke an individual's own imprints and own knowledge to bring forth, and also to connect. I don't know, it also has a very otherworldly / galactic feel. That there's a lot of world channeling through to this one, and a lot of message that wants to come through to our world to help us in this period of time.
That you see that.
Yeah,
This has
absolutely.
been the risk in putting this deck out, because I've been concerned people would just see it as little pictures of faces. But that's what it's about, and what I hope it serves. The
Yeah.
subtle realms and wisdom realms and life on the planet, consciousness beyond human, to take a human form through a human face,
Yeah.
and create that as a portal and a bridge for communion, and not just information, but a sense of energetic connection. And that's how I wrote the guidebook, with many ways of being with them energetically and opening those energetic channels, and then going out into life. And can you now feel that in your life? Can you walk around and feel the life in a tree more fully after being with this face? Several of the drawings were done under great elder trees too. Several of these. Yeah.
I mean, actually, right now, the generations that are coming in and the under 30s, this is their tribe. They know exactly what that is.
Yeah. Well,
there's no question there.
To the soul cards, they've been out for 25 years, and they're selling more now.
Yes.
They've been selling all through where I did nothing. I did nothing except word of mouth all these years, besides the launch. But now I'm seeing there's a whole generation of people who are deeply use card decks.
Yes.
As reflective devices, and they do deep reflective writing from what they see. And the soul cards are perfect for that. And I'm watching them take on a whole new life with a new generation. So that's been so gratifying to me. Yeah.
Absolutely. The other thing that I want to make mention of, we've glossed over it here, but I think the world really needs to be able to see themselves beyond the illusion of race. Because there's the human race, and then there are multiple galactic races that we've only begun to imagine. And previously, in the last few decades, the way we've imagined it is something big, bad, and scary, when not at all. Like, there are beings who are very present, and we are echoes of their wisdom. So and really understanding that there is a wisdom beyond the illusion of history that we have right now. There's there's a lot more history that we have not yet proven.
And
there's a lot more history
and more wisdom.
Yes.
And consciousness on the planet and galactic, all of it. And the portals of presence that is their purpose, is to help people find their own ways to make the appropriate connections for themselves. So I don't name them. I don't say what the drawings are associated with. I just guide people into how can you gaze really deeply. How can you be in your own center, not give your power away to them either? So very carefully crafted the wording of the guidebook to support people in trusting and always coming home to their own individual human self, because you want to be careful about that as well.
Right.
But it was actually more enjoyable than I thought it would be to write, about it, because of that sense of crafting a way to interact more deeply and trust your own way of experiencing it was very fulfilling to write.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think too, as a writer, you also are trusting others on a whole other level to receive the wisdom that you're offering them, or that is you're offering, that is being channeled through you to be offered to them, in a way that they can receive it.
And I do have to trust that people will use it appropriately, and not give their power away. So, because it's a tricky thing. Oh, I'm getting guidance and they're telling me to do. So I do careful articulation to try to find that right place of being open, and yet, having a clear boundary as well of self, and trusting your own inner wisdom. And I talk about it more like if you're getting insight, it's like different perspectives. And I suggest people get it from more than one. Get several views and see what these unique perspectives can offer. So yeah, so it's been really exciting to kind of bring this, crystallize the process and form. Yeah.
That's amazing. And when does it launch?
Well, the printer has not, I should be receiving the proofs back. They're being printed overseas. Right now, I'm thinking it'll be in January.
Okay.
I don't think they'll make it all the way through to stores and things by Christmas.
Okay.
Because of the amount of time it takes to print, to ship, and all of that. So I'm looking at January right now. But they are available for pre-order. New Leaf has them all listed, and they can be pre-ordered right now. So yeah.
Great. Yeah. Which means they're also on Amazon, right?
I don't know if New Leaf has put them up yet or not. I will double check that. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Most likely it is. So people can go to you can go to your store and you can purchase them there, pre-order them, or you can go to Amazon and pre-order them, and eventually you will get them as soon as they're ready for you. So that's very exciting.
Yes.
So I would love it if you could. Well, first of all, I want to hear a little more about your center, and then I'd love it if you could do a demonstration of the portal presence and choose a portal for us.
All right, this is going to be a first. So, well, the Center for Touch Drawing briefly is it's an energetic center. It's not a place, but it's the center out of which the process of doing touch drawing. I mean, we publish all my artwork in the forums and the writings, but also it's the educational center for the process of touch drawing, because the way I did these drawings through my fingertips is a very important part of my life calling to share that process as well. And so that's a way to do your own drawings of beings, to attune, to make your own attunement and bring your own images through and work through your personal issues. So it's very powerful as a personal therapeutic creative process, but the spectrum of it goes way deep and spiritual as well. And it's a very integrative process. So on the website, you can see videos, how-tos, everything about that process. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
So, wow, this is a first. These are just printed off our home printer, just so I have a little working set of the most current and final edit of the deck. So, these are the card backs.
Okay.
Actually, one of the things I suggest is that we begin just gazing at the card backs as a way to, let me see, get me centered there. As a way to just open your eyes, open your soul. It's like clearing the palette of thoughts, letting your eyes move through this vibrating, emergent life form from the universe. And so I'm just going to shuffle while you're looking. I'm just going to ask the universe and the spirit of portals of presence to just bring my hands to one of the 72 faces. And I don't know what I'm choosing, and I'm just going to look at it when it comes up on screen. Let's see. So this is being. And let's together just gaze. It's almost like the face emerges out of that spiraling egg and is taking form right now. And let your eyes travel through the movement of this face, this being. As if you're gazing at a dear friend who has possibly a message or a presence to bring you right now. And see, if anyone wants to write in the comments, if there is something you're receiving, some spirit of feeling some words. I take note that the mouth is wide open. It is the most wide open of the whole deck.
Yes.
That's why I included it, to give that open possibility.
I love it. So can I tell you what I'm getting from it? From
Absolutely.
From her to me. Well, it's hilarious. She reminds me of Lady Gaga. So that's funny. You familiar with Lady Gaga?
Oh, of course, yes.
Of course. So, but it's the spirit of she's been there and done that, and that it's all going to be okay. No matter how desolate things seem, she knows that no matter what happens, everything's really going to be okay, and that everything that's happening is a part of a deeper manifestation of love and joy, even though it's also evoking fear in people. Like she has the intensity of addressing people's deepest fear and letting them know they're there. They're there.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got from her.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I love it. Well, how about, so I see Anne Marie on here. Anne Marie, do you have an idea or thought about what came from that? Anne Marie also has a deck, and we have been recently talking, and she there's Debbie. If anybody else has their image of what message came through for you,
just permission to see anything, even though I have specific associations with them. I'm separating myself from those and allowing these portals to be used for whatever you need to connect with.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very personalized. Yeah.
Absolutely. So can I ask you what you associate, what she speaks to you, or what she spoke to you?
Well, I'll say what the things I'm aware of from this. She came in really late. She came into the deck in that last change point that I said when the new cover came in. I also took 16 images out. I was looking through images and finding images that I had never even considered, and that's when she came in. And there was something. I don't have any personal association or recollection with when this image was created.
Right.
And so the reason I chose it, and she shows up a little bit more in the actual final print. There's a little more of the markings that show. But it was this sense of forming openness, and I felt like this not so substantiated and solid, the way she's kind of spiraling into form.
Right.
That wide open mouth is like allowing this kind of vortex of blessing or something or wisdom to shoot right through her being, that she could provide that kind of energy for the deck.
Wonderful.
So she had a different quality of energy than the others, and something fluid. Yeah.
I love it.
So
beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure to have this time with you and to really get to know more about you and all of your iconic service to our industry. It's a powerful thing on every level. And I know you've touched many, many, many lives. So thank you so much. And thank you for being with us here today.
It's been wonderful to be here, and truly the whole network of COVR and the fact that the Soul Force has gone out in the world is the most fulfilling format for my artwork. So I have been so grateful all these years for this network of people. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you. That's my dog in the back. So she's ready to go. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in today or whenever you see this video. I'm Tracy Dunblazer, and this has been the Coalition of Visionary Resources Chatcast. So thanks again, Deborah Koff-Chapin, and reach out and get portals of presence as soon as you can so that they know to start shipping them all over the world.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a great day.
You too.